Before we start this video, let's get a like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And make sure to hit the bell, y'all.
What you
say
want?
if
I know you guys. We just go. No, we go out because
nigga, we have excuse the N-word, pardon me. But we have family therapy and you ain't Biloxi.
I ain't even know I forgot about it.
Clearly we're not a part of it.
ooh, that's how we come.
Pardon me, people.
We told you before then. This has been a conversation and Radia reminded us 2 days ago.
What?
In a group message.
I don't get it.
You do. You do.
Cause didn't you respond?
Yes. He responded to something.
I didn't see that, but it's okay. I'm sorry, guys.
He must have been in a good mood, y'all, cause he not trying to argue back and forth with us.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to go crazy, but
He didn't say nothing.
Nah,
But all right, that's all.
Well, bring the camera here to ask me if he got anything to see.
Rishaad, you have anything you want to say? C/D.
Yeah. Guard your heart. That's it.
He said, "Guard your heart." Oh my gosh.
That's what I mean.
Guard your heart.
He must be heartbroken right now.
I don't got no heart. Nobody.
You sure?
I'm unheard of.
Cause you got sisters that stand on business.
I don't like fighting people.
That's what I just said. I retired. I don't do that anymore.
That's why I ain't say fight. I said we stand on business. I ain't say fight.
I don't fight.
Kennedy is not a fighter.
I'm a hider. She hide away.
You gonna hide?
Yep.
All right, dude. Let me stop playing. I do not fight, guys. I don't fight. I don't get into no mess. And I'm starting with people.
Okay, so clearly
You got some other
he has some other stuff going on.
Oh my goodness, what is with the gas?
The burps?
Yes.
You got some of your phone. I hope that my inability to maintain relationships does not become a generational curse on my kids. That's all I was saying. And because I felt like when my mom was married like 3 times. And I always said I wasn't going to get married all of them times. But it just seemed like that's kind of how it's playing out. And I don't want that same thing for my children. That's all I was saying.
Okay, you want husband number 3.
Based on what Rishaad saying, like, God is hard.
Just stop
God
playing
your
my
heart.
mom.
For the record, I'm not on husband number 3. I'm just saying my mom was married to my daddy. She was married to my brother's dad. My daddy's Samantha daddy. She was married to Kyvan daddy. That's 3 times.
My mom was living
I
how
just
she
was
feeling, but
wondering-
you putting all her business out. Cause she always putting up.
I believe in being transparent. And I just said I wasn't going to never do that. But I find myself like, now, that might be my play. You know, but I'm not having no more kids, so that part not everybody daddy, but it's just, but so maybe I just could just be happy with me and God.
Well, I said husband number 3 because you already been married twice. So
Unless you get married again, it's
right. Husband number 3.
And that's why I say I just might just me and God.
And you just had your little friend. My auntie told you it's okay to have your little friend. I ain't gonna say her name. Brittany, you know what I'm talking? You don't know? I'm gonna have to tell you, sister. That's funny. But yeah, I mean.
But right now where I'm at, I just made 50, and so I'm on a grind. So I really don't have like the time and the energy for like, trying to get in a relationship. It just requires a lot of time. It's a lot of work. And right now, my energy is focused on doing some other kind of work, trying to build some generational wealth. So I really just don't have time for that part.
But if you're a single fine man who got the means to take care of my mama,
hit us in the DMs and we'll
do not listen to them. Do not.
Let me tell you, once we vet you out, if we know you good, it's up.
And trust me, we gonna know.
It's up.
We know.
Don't.
We do know.
No, I didn't say y'all don't know. I'm saying don't listen to them children with their foolishness.
It's the truth, girl. Man, we might find you don't want us to be a matchmaker, but we might find you a piece.
I mean, but if anything, I mean, I've just learned what I don't want.
Right.
That's it. I mean, it's not to the extent of I've been affected to the point where I don't believe that there is someone God have meant out there for me. It's just a matter of when, who, and what qualities they have.
And right, in any situation, like there always has to be like some non-negotiables, you know. And you have some things that like you want, you know, you pray for, okay, I want this, I want that. And be careful when you pray, because when you ask God for stuff and you're be intentional and specific, because if you just kind of say a part of it, then he may give you all of those things, but then what comes with that? And so you just have to remember as it relates to that to just be intentional in it. And always in a relationship, there's some things like non-negotiables, like you know, okay, well, if this happened, then that's gonna be a wrap, you know.
Sydney, what's your non-negotiable?
My non-negotiable right now is if you don't have no plan. Like if you're trying to sell drugs, like that's not gonna work. You gotta be going to college. You gotta be doing so much life. Not necessarily college if that's not for you, because college ain't for everybody. But you gotta be doing so much life. You just can't be a bum. I'm sorry, you can't. Even though I'm 17, but still.
You don't have no non-negotiables right now, Noonie?
I don't think so.
I guess it's like when you start over, you have a whole nother list. So like, at first it was like you wanted them to be handy. When you're in a situation and the person is not handy or helpful, then you want somebody to be handy and helpful and attentive. But then they can't, like Sydney say, like nothing with no drugs and no violence and stuff like that. It's just a lot. And for me, I'm old now, so my list goes probably from A to Z. So my non-negotiables is gonna be totally different from you all, you know. And they have to have the first and foremost thing in anything. You have to have a relationship with God. You know, they have to not like to say, oh yeah, I go to church. You know, when you have that conversation, it's like, oh yeah, I go to church. Okay, well, what's your gift in church? You know, like what do you do? What, you know, where do you serve? Are you in a choir? You're a usher, not no deacon, but I'm just saying, what do you do? You're in hospitality, stuff like that, because people typically say, oh yeah, I go, but then that means, yeah, they do go, probably on Christmas or Easter. You know, they're not really involved in church. And some people would say, oh, well, that's not a necessity. It is, because when a person fundamentally knows, like, they have that true relationship with God, then they know they're gonna honor God, and so thereby they're gonna honor you. They're gonna know like some do's and don'ts, you know, how they're supposed to treat a lady or treat a wife or whatever like that. And when they don't have that, then that's one of the things that's why they don't know, or they're ignorant to certain things, because they don't have that relationship. But I could go on and y'all know I'm long-winded, so maybe we could talk about that on She Inspired or something like that. But
now y'all see why I ramble.
I don't ramble. I don't think.
I do. I'm a rambler. I can talk for days and days and go from Sunday to Sunday.
I mean, one being they do have to have a relationship with God. That's very important, because man can't be the head of the household if he don't have his own personal relationship with God. Then two, he had to have a plan. Like, you know, I'm 22. I'm still young. And I know my mama telling me, people say that all the time, like, you're young, you still have so much, you know, ahead of you, so much time. But, you know, I feel like once you get to your 20s and you graduate and all that, you feel like, okay, I'm an adult and I'm supposed to be doing this, that, and the third. And, you know, you don't be doing it. Like, it take a minute for you to get to that place so you feel like, okay, I've accomplished A, B, C, and D, so I feel like, you know, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm almost there. It takes a minute to get there. And in my mind, like, believe it or not, once I got out of college, I felt like, you know, I'm getting me a job, then I'm going to buy a house and all that. And girl, they ain't no, we not there yet. But I'm saying, so the man has to have some type of plan of what he wants to do, because like my mama said, we're trying to build generational wealth, and I want that. I want to be able to leave something behind for my children's children. And if my husband not on that same type of time, then it's not gonna work. And then another thing for me is communication. Like, I need a man that's gonna have that's gonna be able to have that transparency to say whatever it is, whether it's gonna hurt or not. You know, cause I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give you that respect to do that. So I feel like you should be able to communicate and say whatever it is. And yeah.
May I interject?
Yeah.
And please, no, whoever watches this, please, it's don't judge what I'm getting ready to say. But typically, men are very poor communicators. So that part, what you're saying is, that's something that you would have
It's
to
not
be
non-negotiable, but I know it's something I'm gonna have to work at. But that's something that I know I'm gonna be really big on, because I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the best communicator. I used to be where I express, but now I'm the type of person where, you know, if something bothers me, I'll be mad about it, and then once I'm over it, it is what it is. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna just move accordingly. And then if the conversation do come up, I may share like, yeah, you did that, and I felt some type of way, and you know, but I just, you know, it is what it is. And that's not a good way to be, cause then I told y'all she always trying to be an English teacher during the video.
like, women are from Venus and men are from Mars. If y'all ever heard that statement, that's true, because the way men communicate is not the way that women communicate. And so they, in their minds, they think that they've communicated whatever it is that they wanted to say, and they haven't, or they automatically think that you can kind of like, what's the word, catch the drift or read between the lines and all of that. And because for me anyway, some women may be able to read between, but I don't read between lines at all. Because if you leave me to my own devices,
what I come up with, you not gonna like.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Yeah. If I start thinking in my mind, because I'm gonna write a whole mystery, a novel. So tell me, be explicit in your communication, because my mind, I have a big imagination. What y'all laughing at?
They always say the same
I know.
So,
okay, come on. Let me tell y'all something. I was definitely too old to be having Kennedy at 35 years old, and Sydney at 33 years old. And people say, oh, that's not old. Yes, it is. When you are young, you can snap back and all of that. But by the time I got to these last two Mohicans, baby, let me tell you, they tore my little body up.
But look at your body now. So.
Yeah, my body okay now, but now they tear my pockets up. With all this extra money, I should be shopping and flying off. Even if they have COVID, I cannot shop and fly anywhere without my two broke best friends.
So broke besties, how much would you say your mama spend on you? Oh, in a week's time. Individually, say your own price.
I don't know, because I don't be asking for stuff like that. Like sometimes, no, I really do not. This past couple of weeks, I have not been asking for nothing.
Okay, Sydney.
Because she ain't been in my pocket.
This quarantine, I probably asked for like personal stuff, like from the store. Like I had to get some. Well, I have been spending money because I had an acne breakout, so that's what cost a lot. That was a lot of money. That's what you could say.
How much the acne stuff cost?
The prescription was like $100 a piece.
For how many things?
For two.
Two tubes.
For what? Two? And what else you got?
Then I had to get some acne wash, and that was like $14. And then I had to get some sunscreen, that was like $12.
So the non-prescription stuff came up to about what, $50? Mm-hmm. But not only that,
I haven't been asking for clothes or nothing.
No, she haven't been asking for clothes, but go ahead.
But I do want a car. That's what.
And in a midst of COVID, I had to pay for a class ring.
Oh,
How much the classroom was?
we had not that much to pay left, like 100 something.
How much it was in total?
In total, it was like 300 something.
3 something.
But that was being paid off from like the beginning.
The beginning of what?
Quarantine, because that's when we started.
No.
Sydney, we did not order that
Mama,
ring
we
till
ordered it
in what?
after Mardi Gras.
Yeah, and when
Like-
did that quarantine started?
We started paying on it February, Mama.
During the Mardi Gras break. Then what we went back to work 2 weeks, and then we was shut down because quarantine, right?
Right.
So during quarantine, I was paying for a classroom.
Kennedy, what's your budget?
A week? A week?
Yeah.
I'd say $100.
A week?
She's lying. That is a lie.
It's more than $100 a week?
Please tell me, since you know me so much.
$100, Kennedy, that's $20 a day. You spend more than $20 a day, baby.
On what? Oh, please tell me that I spend more money on day. What? How much money
You know
do
what?
you spend?
I got my own money, so however much money I spend don't matter.
Please. Tell me what I spend. How would you spend?
I
Please?
could. It doesn't. Okay, I'ma just be quiet.
I realized that me and
I
my
wish this was some alcohol, cause I take a drink. I'm just playing.
I was about to say you need help. Immediately.
120. 120. That's the highest I'm
Mama,
going.
how much she spend?
I think that price is not accurate. She doesn't spend $20 a day
Thank you very
every
much.
week. Some weeks they might be like that, but she don't do it every $20 a day every week. Cause like some days I'm like, okay, out of y'all done exhausted y'all budget, so I'm not buying nothing else for fast food. Y'all gotta eat something in here, and they just going. I don't know what they do. Eat cereal, eat whatever. But I keep proclaiming that we have a budget, and then I stick to it for a little while, and I'm not consistent. And my 2 broke best friends, they don't even want the budget to exist anyway. So of course they're not gonna remind me that they're on a budget, except for sometimes when Sydney think, when I start saying, well, okay, well, when I don't have the money, then I'm gonna have to start taking the money that I got put on the side for the car. Then she's like, no. She's like, no. So she might help them, but I don't know.
So Sydney and Kennedy, again, what's going to happen? What would y'all do if y'all became broke? Like, what if like she said she keep a budget so y'all don't go broke. What if y'all literally at one point run out of money? Then what? What y'all gonna do to pick up the slack?
Get a job.
They gonna call y'all.
Yeah, but do y'all ever think about that? No. Y'all
Well,
don't
they're
think-
not gonna call me.
Get a job. That's
I
what
told
want.
them that
Get
we
a
were
job.
poor, like we like right above.
I'm not
the
old enough to get a job.
I told them that we were right above the poverty line. When I was reading for my class, my multicultural classroom class. I was reading and they had like listed the poverty line, and I told them, didn't I say what I told that to one of y'all? I said we poor, we right above the poverty line, and they said they're not poor.
Y'all not poor?
I never said that. I never even had that conversation with Mama. So that had to be Kennedy.
Me? Why everything has to be Kennedy?
So what
I
did
never
y'all
said
say?
we're not poor.
What you
We're
said?
just.
But it was her.
How was it me?
You just said what you said.
I never said like we're not poor. It never came out my mouth.
What you said?
I didn't say anything.
You did say one of y'all
Please
said.
tell me what I said. Since
One of
I
y'all
said
said no,
something.
we not poor. So okay.
Sydney, I think it
Hey,
was you.
For
Ask
real.
them.
If you want
I
to
thought
say
you
it,
remember
say it.
Ask them if they poor or not.
Are y'all poor?
I don't think we're poor, but we're not rich. We're like,
Middle.
yeah.
If we poor, they just don't know it. That's all.
Why y'all think y'all not
What
poor?
is your term of poor? Cause poor,
Don't got no money.
Our
You
term
don't
of
got no
poor
money.
and your term of poor might be different.
What's your term? What's your
Poor is you
definition
don't
of
have no
poor?
money, no house, no nothing. That's poor.
no nothing?
Nothing.
You don't have anything.
I see poor is like you don't have no money for real, and like you struggling to pay your bills and stuff like
Right.
that. Like your lights getting
You
cut
don't
off,
think
your
we
water
struggle
getting
to pay
cut
the
off.
bills? You don't think mama struggle to pay the bills?
Do her lights get cut off? Do the water get cut off? No. That don't mean she don't struggle to pay it. I never said she don't struggle to pay the bills, but I'm saying the lights never got cut off. The water never got cut off.
Okay, so mama, next time when you struggle to pay the bill, let the lights get cut off so she can understand that we poor.
Girl, you gonna be complaining.
For
so
real.
No, I'm not gonna be complaining because if the lights get cut off, I can pay the bill. Can you? That part.
Girl, the Lord just said, Kennedy, just don't say nothing.
Yeah, don't say that because I wasn't even talking to you.
Oh, no, I just said that. I just said, Kennedy, don't say that.
How y'all feeling about Corona?
I feel like
I love it.
it's not that bad. If like people would take it serious and wear their mask and wash their hands and not go outside and stuff like that, or if they even do go outside, at least social distance, 6 feet apart. People don't do that, so this is why it's like this. But if people was to do that, it wouldn't be that bad. I'm out of school, so that's why I like it.
People are not cognizant of the social distancing part at all, and that makes me very uncomfortable, which is why I go out. I've been out more now lately out of necessity, but if y'all, at the beginning, I would rarely go, and even now, I go just to the place that I have to it's because it makes me very uncomfortable that people don't respect your space. And clearly at every store, there's like one way, do not enter. Then people still coming that way. And even like for me, if I'm going the wrong way, I'll turn around and go the other way because I'm just that cognizant. I want to respect everybody else's space as well. But people aren't doing that.
Yeah, I don't think stuff gonna ever be the same.
Yeah.
Like people always gonna be looking over their shoulder, like germs.
Yeah, and if you see somebody go, you go, like, excuse me, So I don't know. It's just a weird time that we're living in. But I think that if everyone just does their part. If your job is, when you go out, wear your mask. If it's social distancing, social distance. If it says one way, just go that way. Don't come there. If it says do not enter, do not enter. And once you come that way and you realize you're on the wrong way, turn around and go the other way. Yeah. It's just that simple. If we all have that mindset, then I think things will get much better. But clearly, like most things, we all don't share the same mindset, and everybody have their own opinion. Oh well, I gotta die from something and all that. That's just a little ignorant.
2020, what a sham of a year.
Tell me about it.
What's the worst thing?
I'm not gonna say it's a sham.
What's the worst thing you said? I know they have some good stuff that's happened in our lives for 2020, but as a year in retrospect so far, it's been a lot of cool things happening.
And down
like
here,
what? What's the worst thing?
What they have?
Some of the worst things.
The floats.
People dying. The number of people that I knew personally that died was just a lot. It's classmates, people I went to school with. It was just a lot. Young people like that's the same age as me, and then family members. We didn't have anything. So far, God has a hedge of protection around us, but people just dying.
I think because we done lost a lot of family members already over the other years.
Yeah.
And I have some saving grace right now.
Yeah.
We have a space of grace.
And I feel like it all started because of the Hard Rock Cafe when they didn't get the bodies out. I feel like
they put that bad juju on New Orleans.
Yeah. That's when it all started. Then after that, 2 people got killed by the floats. Then
Kobe Bryant.
Then Kobe Bryant.
That was so sad.
Then Corona.
We can't forget in the midst of this pandemic how much the Black Lives Matter movement has been impacted. Rest in peace to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and all of those who have been victims of police brutality and unfair injustice. While we do not discuss it in this family therapy, it is a movement that we stand for and we firmly believe in and stand with everyone fighting every day for the cause.
And then what's her name?
Naya Rivera.
Yeah.
Then Megan got
Megan shot in the foot.
Like what?
Well, I think that even though so many devastating things have happened for 2020, I just think that God is getting ready to do a new thing. So everybody just needs to get, if you prepared and you've been waiting and you've been praying and just in that state of wait and just honoring God, just get ready for the overflow.
We are out. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back with more videos. Peace.
Peace.